Hello students, today our topic is linear data structure the list. So it is for the data structure. So what is linear data structure? So it is the store element in the sequentially. Take example we call to the list items. So if you connect to the each element and to the previous element that is called the linear data structure. So example we see to the array linked list stack. So stack and queue. So the linear structure is travels to the sequentially. Example to start to end. That is called the linear data structure. So what is the list? A list is the collection of element arranged in the order. So the every product are in social and the e-commerce website, the product are ordered in the sequence method. That is called the list relative example. So elements can be accessed by the position by index. So each element have to the each position. The position called the index. So the elements can be inserted in the, or deleted in the element only. Then duplicates are allowed and order is maintained. That is called list. So a linear list is collection of similar different between the arranged in sequentially. So the example of list in the real-time world, we see to the students attendance list. So example the data can stored by the alphabetic order. So example Arun, Banu, Saran, Divya. So each student here the each person, each roll number. So next we see to the algorithm. So what is algorithm? The algorithm is the step-by-step procedure to solve the problem. So example the finding a large number of in the list, we take to the first number of the maximum value and compare to the next number and update the maximum if needed. So repeat till end. This is the basic algorithm for the finding the large number of the list. So next what is algorithm analysis? A good algorithm take to the time and memory. So that is comparatively work for the algorithm analysis. It helps us compare algorithms and choose the best one. So why do we need algorithm analysis? To improve performance and to reduce the execution time, to optimize the memory usage, to handle the large inputs and efficiently. And the real-time example is the searching student name in the 10,000 students. So checking one by one. So using binary search so faster. So that is called algorithms for the time and space. So space means the memory allocations. So they have three type of analysis. First best case and worst case and average case. So best case is the minimum time taken to execution. Example, searching the first element in the list. Next worst case, it take the maximum time taken. It is searching the last element in the list. Next average case, it normal expected time. So what is time complexity? So time complexity is the measures how execution and time increase with the input size. So next is the arithmetic notations. So it will work for the mathematical tools used to the describe the performance and the timer space complexity and algorithm when input size can become the very large. So they help for the understand how when the algorithm grows in input increase. So first is to the worst case. It's called the big O. Big O represent to the upper bound of the algorithm. So it tells to the maximum time an algorithm can take and upper bound of time. So example we can declare for the for loop. So for loop declare I equal to 0, I less than equal to n, I increment. They can declare the value and increment the value in the for loop. So it give to the condition for the if array equal to key, so return I. So they can declare in the main commonly in the for loop. It work for the array list in the basic value of the elements. So next we see to the worst case. So worst case the element is the last position. So worst case element in the last position. So the time count is called to the searching name in the alternate register. So if the name is the last, it check to the all students. Next is to the best case. So it's called to the omega. So omega represents to the lower bound of an algorithm. It tells to the maximum minimum time algorithm can take and example. So the linear search best case elements can first to the first position. So the time can work for the name is to the search stop and immediately. So next we see the theta. So theta is the average space. It reference to the type bound. So it tells the exact growth rate and both upper and lower bound. When upper bound is equal to lower bound. So example is the far equal to I equal to 0 and I less than equal to n and I increment. It print to the element. So the element is the I. So loop run exactly n times. Time complete omega n. So next to the abstract data type, that is called the ADT. So it how to work for the ADT, it is up to the logical model of data structure that different to the what the data stores. So what operation can be performed and now and not how it's implemented. So it is called the abstract data type. So it is the simple definition to the data type can define by the behavior and operation that the implementations. So example, we see the real-time example in the ATM machine. So it works for the when you use the ATM, we withdraw the money, deposit the money, check the balance. So additionally, you don't know the machine's process internally. So that is called the ADT. It called the ADT idea also. So next key component of ADT. So an ADT have two parts on the data and the operations. The data can store the values, operation can perform the data. So example, data is a list of numbers and operation the insert, delete, search, display. So why do you need the ADT? To hide implementations, details, and improve security, to reduce the complexity, to make programs modular, to allow multiple implementations. So what is list ADT? A list ADT is the abstract data type, is the linear collection of elements arranged sequentially. So it defines the data collection of elements. Its operations are used for the insert, delete, display, and search. So it does not how to implement again, it can hide it. So the implement was hidden in the list ADT. We can implement using to the array and linked list. So operations of list ADT. So first we see the insert, delete, search, display, empty. So insert we gave insert the data means you can now a position and values. The values called the element. So next we call the delete. So delete if you need a position. The position is called to the index. Index also called the position. So next we can see to the search. So search also need the element. And next display. So fifth is the is there empty or null. It can check for the this kind of activity in the list entity. So real time example, you can see the student mark list. We can add the new mark, student mark and delete student mark, set student mark, display all student marks. So we see to the similar example program. First of all, declare to the header files. So Castle Code Studio, we had header files and define the maximum value is 100. So we can define the maximum value 100. So int list equal to initialize the list value into maximum. So int size equal to 0, you can define the not size. So insert the element. So first of all, you declare the list and you can insert the next value. This command you define to the insert element. So void insert, we gave the two conditions in the insert position. So first we need to the int position and int value. So next we go to the condition checking if size greater than or equal to maximum. So your size is the 100. So you don't know the size 0. So maximum value 100, your size value don't know. So suppose condition is true, print list is full, return. So next we go for the delete adding person for equal to for increase to the int I equal to size. So you greater than equal to position I decrement. So list equal to list is equal to I list I minus 1. So I is the element, you can minus the value. So you can after delete the value, you can add to the new element in the list. It is called list position, new value, size equal to increment. So increment can make to the size is add to the another values. So next we go to the delete element. So you can add to the void. So void is called the method for using the C program. So void delete into position. You can delete needs. You can declare the position. So if you declare the position, if the position is in the list again, you can. It is called the valid. Suppose you can mismatch the value in the list. It's called invalid position. So we go for the next for loop. So for equal int I equal to position. I less than equal to minus 1, I increment. So rate value can you to use for the for loop implementations. So list I plus 1. So y is the element, it can add for the another values. So return I. So return I is the return element called the I. So next to display the list. So void display, you can use for the method for performing the C program. So if you check for the implementation, so for int I equal to 0, it I less than equal to size and the increment. So what is the size of the list? It can check for the implementation process. It can give for the list. So percentage the attach the value list I equal to print the number of elements in the list. So printf is can go show for the element values. So next we see to the main function. There is a main function work for the head of the program. So int main initialize the main function. So we can see for the this kind of operations insert and display delete. So we can insert the value is a 0th position 10. So index 0 is called the first position. It is called the 10 first position 10 value. Next insert 1 equal to second position. It is 20 the value. Insert second equal to third position. It's the 30. So you can display the value. And next you can give to the delete one. So delete one is the position of one. So what is position of one is the position of one is 20. So 20 can deleted. So output is you can insert the three values and delete the element one. The output is 10 and 30. So program explanation. So for list max is the array and store the elements, and the size is the current number of elements in the list. Next insert is the shift element can insert the values. Next delete shift elements the left. Next search linear search. So next go for the display print the elements. So list what is list ADT? It defines the operations logically. It can be implemented using to the arrays or linked list used in the real-time systems advanced list like a shopping cart and marks record stored. So next we see to the array-based implementation of list ADT. So the introduction is the basic of array list. It is stored for the contiguous memory location using an array. The list can fixed size or predefined element are accessing by using the index. So what is structure of array? So we can define for the index and value. So index 0 is called the first person 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4 called another values. So the values are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 5 values. The index value is 0 to 4. 0 is you consider the first value in the list. So index starts from 0. Direct access to the index and the memory is continuous. So what's the basic operation array list? You can insert, delete, search, display, update. So the what's real-time example? So stored and mark list, we are shown for the 85, 90, 78, 88. You can insert new mark, delete the incorrect mark, search the mark, display all the marks. So you can say, see verify the one by one operations. So first you can take the insert operation. You can check for the need for check for these three kind of steps. Check list is full or not, and shift elements go to right. So insert element given to the position. Example, so before list 10, 20, 40, insert 30 at the position 2, we can check for the 10, 20, 30, 40. So you can add additionally 20 in the after 10. So next delete operation, steps check valid position, shift elements left, reduce size, example before 10, 20, 30, 40. And you can delete the position 1. So what is the position 1? The position 1 is 20. So 20 is the removed. After we can see for the 10, 30, 40, the delete operation. So next is search operation. It is also called traverse from the index 0 to n minus 1. So what is n minus 1? N is the number of elements performed the list. So compare each element. So traverse operation, it is the print element 0 to size minus 1. Example program. So we need to the header files, define the maximum value 50 and int list equal to maximum value into size equal to 0. So void insert, you can need for the insert position and enter value. So you can check for the if condition size equal to maximum. So it work for the maximum value. The printf is list is full. Next check to the other condition. So for int I equal to size, I greater than equal to position, you decrement the value. So it work for the decrement the value. After you can size increment, the values can be added. So next go for the void delete position. So you can delete, you need only position. So it will work for the size decrement. Next void display. So it display for the condition for the for loop int I equal to 0, I less than equal to size, I increment. So I increment due to the how many element of work for the list. So it work for the list I equal to how many elements do you perform in the list function. So next to the int main function. So you can insert to the 0th position 1 and the first position is the 20. So insert 2 and the third position is 30. It display equal to the list values. So you can also delete value in the, you can delete one is the insert value you can one, the position is deleted. So next we check for the linked list. So the linked list is they have linked to the one node to another node. So it can contain to the data on the pointers. So each node contain to the data pointers. Data can point to the another value. So the main category is the dynamic size, efficient to insert per deletion, no direct access. So secant access only. So they have three types: single linked list, double linked list, and circle linked list. So single is the kind to the single point of data. It can to the head and null position. So example, we can check the structure node. So we can define the head equal to null. So temporary will be allocated, and we can do the new node. So you can structure the new node. So next we see to the main function. So it add to the int n value. So what is int n? N is the number of elements performed in the list. So next we can check for the linked list, add the one by one value. So next we declare the new node. It open for the memory structs node and memory allocation size of node. It can enter the new values. It can receive the values. New node give to the another value. So it is called the linked list. It can link to another value. So example we see to the enter the number of nodes. So what is the node values? 10, 20, and 30. So the linked list 10 point to the 20, 20 point to the 30, 30 point to the null. So 30 is the last element in the linked list. So next is circle linked list. It's formed to the circularly. Each value defined to connect to the both of the head and pointer. So it advises efficient to the round robin scheduling, useful multiplayer games, and no need the heavy every time. So next we to the double linked list. So it can to the both of two the double nodes in the same time. So pointer to next node, pointer to previous node. That is called the double linked list. The structure of syntax is struct node into data, struct node into previous, struct node the next. So previous is the previous data, next the next data. So example, the 10 is contained to the 20 and 30, 30 contained to the 20 and 30. So that is called the double linked list. So what is the application of list? So the application of list is used for the implementing using the array and a linked list, which is most real-time application used for the linked list dynamic memory allocation. So feature of circular linked list is the double linked list. So n node can connect to the head points to null. So travels to the one direction to two directions. Memory the less more, complexity moderate more. So the backward movement no not possible, only singly. So it is used for the stack information also. So what is the concept of stack? It is the last in, first out. Using linked list is the insert the beginning. It is called push. Delete from the beginning, pop. So example top 30, 20, 10. So thank you.